I began by setting the book in the Cambridge folk scene because it's the folk scene that I know. I covered folk music for the Boston Globe for over 20 years, so that's the scene I'm most familiar with. But as I dug into the book more, and particularly as the characters began to take form and to guide me through their own transformation through the book, I started realizing what a perfect place Cambridge was for a book like this, because Cambridge is a town that is so comfortable with being old and new at the same time. The past and the present are such good neighbors in Cambridge. And it's one of the things that people love. You walk around in Harvard Square and you see, colonial era buildings right next to very modern buildings that are put together in a way that it's not that jarring. And it's also, Cambridge is a town that takes tradition very seriously, and that expresses that love of tradition in some very hip, modern ways. Club Passim, which is arguably the most important folk music club in the country today, is a place where you'll see a very edgy urban songwriter one night and an old-timey string band the next. And there isn't the self-consciousness there is a lot of places about, well, this is new and this is old. And particularly in a corporate culture that wants us to believe that everything is new and that everything has a sell-by date. The folk world, if we're still singing 600-700-year-old songs, we don't have a sell-by date on our art. They have fun with it, they enjoy it. I mean, Cambridge thinks it's really hip to be old and modern at the same time, and that if you're all one or all the other, you're missing the point. As much as you like to tease Cambridge for its pretensions, it's not a stuffy town given the intellectual heft of the population, the fact that Harvard and MIT are both there. It's a town that likes to have a lot of fun with those kinds of things. And I have to be honest, I fell in love with Cambridge in a whole new way writing this book. I've always loved it. I've always felt like I belonged in Cambridge, but as much as a Minnesota guy, can really belong in an erudite place like Cambridge. But I really came to appreciate it in a very different way, seeing it through the eyes of Nathan Warren, this guy who begins the book very depressed and just seeing the wrong in everything. And as he falls in love and as Kit Palmer starts to show him the value in his life, he begins to see the value in the world around him and to appreciate it in a whole new way. And I'm just so much happier that I live in Cambridge after writing this book than I was before.